Welcome, tech enthusiasts and future AI overlords. You're tuned into Mapping the AI Frontier, where we navigate the treacherous waters of the GenAI startup world without capsizing our digital dinghies.
Ahoy, Mark. I see you've already set sail with the nautical puns. Should I brace myself for a tsunami of wordplay?
Oh boy, Tom, you know me too well. Today we're diving deep into the choppy seas of balancing short-term needs with long-term innovation. It's like trying to steer a startup ship while simultaneously building a futuristic rocket on the deck. What could possibly go wrong? All right, folks, picture this. You're a Gen AI startup and you're walking a tightrope. On one side, you've got the right now, the bills, the customers, the we need this yesterday demands. On the other side, you've got the someday, the cutting-edge tech, the game-changing innovations, the stuff that'll make Elon Musk say, "Why didn't I think of that?"
So, it's like trying to juggle flaming torches while planning your next fire-breathing act? Sounds like a typical Tuesday for a startup founder.
Exactly, Tom. And that's where our trusty sidekick, the Wardley Map, comes in. It's like having a GPS for your startup journey, but instead of telling you to turn left in 500 feet, it's saying, invest in this tech now, or eat ramen for the next 5 years. So, Mark, how exactly does this magical Wardley Map help our intrepid Gen AI entrepreneurs balance their short-term survival instincts with their long-term I want to change the world dreams?
Well, Tom, imagine you're playing chess, but instead of just seeing the current board, you can see 5 moves ahead. That's what Wardley Mapping does for startups. It helps them visualize both their immediate battlefield and the futuristic war they're preparing for.
So it's like having a time machine, but instead of accidentally becoming your own grandfather, you're plotting world domination through AI?
Precisely. And the best part is, it helps startups allocate their resources more effectively. It's like having a financial advisor who can tell you, maybe don't spend all your money on that fancy espresso machine when you could be investing in quantum computing research.
Okay, so we've got our Wardley Map, our crystal ball, and our time machine. How do we actually use these tools to balance short-term needs and long-term innovation without tipping over and face-planting into bankruptcy?
Great question, Tom. It's all about strategic allocation. Think of it like planning a really, really long road trip. You need to make sure you have enough gas to get to the next station, but you also want to save some money for that awesome alien museum you'll pass in 500 miles.
Alien Museum? I thought we were talking about AI, not Area 51.
Who says they're mutually exclusive, Tom? But back to our startups. They need to focus on immediate product development and customer acquisition, which are like the gas for our road trip. But they also need to invest in R&D and emerging technologies, which are our alien museum funds.
So, it's about finding that sweet spot where you're making enough money to keep the lights on, but also setting aside resources to invent the light bulb of the future?
Exactly. And Wardley Mapping helps visualize this balance. It's like having a dashboard that shows both your current speed and your estimated time of arrival at Future Tech City.
All right, Tom, let's dive into this Wardley Map we've been teasing. It's like a pirate's treasure map, but instead of X marking the spot for buried gold, we've got AI algorithms and market positioning.
You ready to explain it to our listeners, Captain Mark? Or should I say, Databeard the Pirate?
Aye, first mate Tom. So our map shows a Gen AI startup navigating the treacherous waters of the market. On one side, we've got the short-term needs, things like current product features and customer support. These are close to the visible end of our value chain.
So that's like the part of the iceberg we can see above water? The stuff that keeps the lights on and the customers happy?
Exactly. But remember, it's what's under the surface that can sink your startup Titanic. That's where we see things like advanced language models and proprietary algorithms. These are in the genesis or custom-built phases.
So, it's not just about staying afloat, but also about building your underwater rocket boosters for the future?
Now you're getting it, Tom. The map also shows continuous learning and agile R&D as key components. These are like the engines that power both your current ship and your future rocket.
I see technical debt lurking in the corner there. Is that like the Kraken of the startup world?
Ha! More like the barnacles on your hull. If you ignore them, they'll slow you down and eventually sink you. But if you manage them well, you can scrape them off and use them as fertilizer for your future growth.
Fascinating. So this map really shows how interconnected everything is, from immediate customer needs to far future innovations.
Exactly, Tom. And the beauty of Wardley Mapping is that it's not static. As the market evolves and new technologies emerge, startups can update their maps to stay on course. It's like having a magical map that changes as the landscape shifts around you. Well, folks, we've navigated the choppy waters of balancing short-term needs with long-term innovation. Remember, it's not about choosing between staying afloat today or building a rocket for tomorrow. It's about doing both, preferably without seasickness.
Indeed, Mark. The key takeaway here is that with tools like Wardley Mapping, GenAI startups can chart a course that keeps them sailing smoothly, while also preparing for the inevitable sea monsters and alien invasions of the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Tom. To all you GenAI captains out there, keep one eye on your compass and the other on the horizon. And remember, in the world of startups, it's not just about staying afloat, it's about making waves. Until next time, this is Mark and Tom signing off from Mapping the AI Frontier. May your algorithms be ever in your favor.